we passed through the Purple Dome thing, and then we went to the chapel in Yathlazar's city place thing. And then we talked to him.
It's called Ralisgrad.
And then we talked to him, and you are no longer a drooling invalid. He fixed that for you, so you're smart again, or at least not as dumb. And yeah, so we talked to him, and we worked out a few things, kind of, and we made a deal. And he's gonna go to our plane, or most of us's plane, and fix things there with the whole merging of the planes, and we're gonna stay here for a couple of years while he's doing that, and basically run his country, state, city thing, Ralisgrad, that place, and fix it up, and yeah, deal with its problems. Also he brought Darby's sister here, so she's here now too. And that he disappeared, and most of us signed a weird agreeing to this because he's taking like 600 years. Apparently time works differently across the plane, so he's taking 600 years to fix our world's problems. And we're here for a couple of years until he gets back.
To fix our world's problem.
Yeah. It
sounds legit.
Yep. So what else? Everybody got a job except the people who weren't here, and Grimly, and and then we went to the castle place, and we met the butler whose name I forgot. And
what?
Smorden?
Thornton Grapp.
Thornton. So the butler's name is Thornton. So we met
Thornton Grapp.
Thornton Grapp?
I spelled it out before, but I will post it again.
Is it one word?
Thornton Grapp.
I thought it was like a first name and last. Thornton Grapp. So his name is Thornton Grapp.
Isn't that the city's name, or
no?
That's
Ralisgrad.
That's Ralisgrad. Okay, so we met Thornton Grapp, and he's setting us up with rooms and taking us to the armory to get stuff, which is why Karina was like, "Guys, pick things you want," and that's where we left off.
Yes.
Woo. Cool.
And we're going to assume that armory discussion and stuff has already happened, because that was y'all's homework over the week, was to get items you wanted. And we're going to basically fast forward to the next day when Thordengrap told y'all all to meet in the main audience chamber, and he would give you basically the rundown of what the kingdom, the current state of the kingdom, and what needs to be done. So, unless anyone wants to do something differently, we will all start in the throne room.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Cool.
Then, after a nice hearty breakfast of brought to each individually to y'all's rooms, which are rather nice rooms. Most of you, anyway, would probably consider them the best rooms you've ever slept in. Grimly, definitely. Probably because it's the first time he's ever slept in a room, and not like in a trash heap outside. But you guys, after a nice hearty breakfast, you guys all kind of straggle into the throne room, and there is standing Thordengrap. Anyone that wasn't here, doesn't remember, is he's a rather skeletal, as in very thin. Doesn't look like he has much meat on his bones. Rather tall, lanky human with kind of graying hair, and he is dressed in these kind of tight-fitting but long and flowing goldish red robes. And he looks at them and says, "Ah, my lords and ladies, you are here at last. First off, I believe," and he points at Ami, "I believe the regent has decided on all the roles you should occupy. So, my lady," and he gives a deep half bow, says, "if you would inform the others."
She sort of blinks, pulls out a few scraps of parchment, and hands one to Grimly, one to Aldrin, and one to Narim. And what did I make all of you? Oh yes, Grimly is I don't actually remember these words. I'm scrolling up. Hang on.
I think you said I was in charge of entertainment, right?
Yes, but there's an actual word term for that, and I don't remember what it is.
Better not have been court jester.
It was not. I believe it was the Reeve, but I'm not positive.
Yes, Royal Reeve. It was much fancier sounding. What was everybody else?
Which a Reeve in medieval times was basically the person in charge of an entire town's entertainment. Like if a traveling theater troupe was going through, they would have to get permission from the Reeve to play in town. If a bard wanted to play in the town, he would have to get a signed piece of paper from the Reeve to be able to play.
Cool.
Yes. So Aldrin's says Royal Reeve, Narim's crap. Aldrin says Master of Revels, because that's apparently
the Reeve
job
is,
that Karina just described.
What I just said is the Revels. A Reeve is...
Yes. And then Narim's says Royal Reeve, and Grimly's says Family.
So I am the Master of Revels, huh?
Yes, Master
of Revels.
Which just does what I just described. I just got the name wrong. A Reeve, Narim, is basically the person who was in charge of running religious events. They weren't necessarily religious themselves, but it's like if a church was going to be built, they would go through the Reeve. If a religious festival was going to be held, they would go through the Reeve. Stuff like that. More of an administrative position than a preacher type position.
So I'm Clopin now? Is that me?
No, that he was just saying me.
No. I'm Clopin.
Who's Clopin?
Hold, please. Is me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Are you referencing a Disney film?
Yes.
You are referencing a Disney film.
Early Disney. One of the better ones, actually. It's the Master of Revelry.
Trayer, are you still getting packet loss?
I'm fine right now. The thing about packet loss is that, you never know when you drop them.
Yeah. As long as we're not all robots, though, which I think it's, at least on my end, it's much better than where we were. So, unless it gets really bad for one of y'all, I'm going to... no, Narim, specifically not the Pope. The Pope is a religious figurehead. You're literally like... think the mayor of Rome who allows the Catholic Church to have Vatican City.
I am the religious mayor, damn it.
Not quite.
Yeah, poor choice of words, I understand, but still.
You're a fox girl. Which
yeah.
Seems to go against the idea.
Oh boy.
Oh, hello, heavy breathing.
Sorry.
And I believe Grimly is, or Wool is occupied in real life, so we will get back to him. Does everyone else remember their appointed positions that were here? If anyone doesn't, I can tell you.
Yeah.
I get to take out the trash.
Yes, you're the royal trash collector. Ant, I believe you were in charge of... I didn't give you an actual title, but you're in charge of legal affairs.
He's the master of the courts.
Yep.
Sweet.
The court...
When are you in charge of taking Grimly out?
And yes, I did listen to the entire 3-hour thing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Damn.
I did not. I'm gonna be completely honest with everybody here. No.
I had to drive to DC, so it was perfect.
Ah, fair.
Ouch, though. I specifically made it like no editing at all, so you just got the raw audio, all the bumps and stuff. But moving on. Thorngrap says, yes, my lady explained it quite well. Now, For as to what needs to get done, I have a list here. 1 second. He pulls out this piece of parchment and kind of opens it up, and like he stretches it out to the full extent, and it's almost as tall as he is. Not quite, but it's a good 5 feet long. And he looks down at it and goes, "Ah, yes. Here we go. To start off with, these are all the general tasks that have some matter of urgency. You can take them whenever you need to or want to, but they eventually probably need to get done. I can handle some of them, but these are rather pressing matters. To start off with, there are positions at the Wizards College that need to be filled. They need a Master Arcanist, a Necromancer, as well as a guard. And you need to interview the candidates sometime in the next couple weeks. So there is that. Also, we have reports from the village of Bridespoor that a low-hanging cloud, it's green and purple, is hanging over the village, and it's not moving or doing anything, but it obviously looks purple and green clouds don't normally form in nature, so that needs to be looked into. We have a report from a shopkeeper that while renovating his cellar, he discovered a huge underground door that's glowing. So that probably should have somebody look at it. And lastly, we have a cleric that has put out a, for a lack of a better term, a bounty on some rare animals and corrupted demons that they need for they need parts for an experiment.
The cleric needs parts for experiments.
Yes. Is that unusual?
Somewhat.
Well, it depends on which faction it is. I mean, apothecaries are clerical sometimes. I mean,
I suppose it also depends on what type of experiments they're doing.
I suppose this is perfectly natural for an undead cleric. That, or he's a master of rejoining lost limbs to their proper bodies.
Mm.
I mean, this is a this is a request from a. Let me find it here. Looks like a cleric of Rasmir.
Knowledge religion?
Go ahead and roll it.
Wow.
Rasmir, Ami immediately knows Rasmir is the lawful good god of healing and
Barry and I know literally everything there is to know about him.
And
we both rolled nat 20.
And Aldrin and Narum, wow, Jesus Christ!
Wait, hold on. What are the odds of that happening?
Pretty damn low.
I know even more than you.
Oh my god!
But Aldrin, Narum, and Tu all know that Rasmir is known as the self-proclaimed living deity, and he is called the living god, and he is for all intents and purposes, a mortal human that has been alive for about 600 years. So apparently he's found at least a small spark of divinity and is using it to at least sustain his own life, and he has a cult following. Sarah, however, is convinced that he is the god of healing and childbirth.
Okay, so we need to quench that real quick.
Mommy looks confused but nods.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Hi.
Good evening.
Good, whatever time it is in your time zone it is.
Well, it's 3 a.m.
3 a.m. I am so sorry.
Well, it is what it is.
But yes, quick TLDR of what I just said. You guys need to, in no particular order, over the next couple sessions, need to check out a weird floating cloud thing over a village. A shopkeeper discovered some kind of glowing door. A cleric needs basically demon parts for an experiment, and there is the in the capital where you are right now, Ralisgrad, the Wizards College has some positions open that you guys need to interview the candidates for.
The guy we're talking to is the steward, basically, right?
The major domo, but yes, basically the steward.
All
Well,
right.
we'll get right on that.
The major domo?
Major domo, yeah.
Too soon, Executus.
Quick question about trade. How do you do that whenever there's a big barrier up? You see the problem that you can't. How?
He kind of looks at you strangely and says, "Well, you got through, did you not?"
Well, yes. After being attacked by a massive 2-ton demon that almost killed me.
Exactly, but the demon did not get through.
Oh.
The barrier is for demons. As long as you have no demon blood, you should be fine.
Oh, okay.
Ami thinks for a second and asks, "How fast can you run?"
Me?
He shakes her head and points at Darby.
Oh, pretty fast, I guess.
She seems satisfied with this.
That will work out splendidly then.
Why do you need me to run?
She looks at you like, kind of like you might be a little stupid, and says, "From demons."
I mean, yes, but...
She looks satisfied again and turns her attention towards other matters.
This is like the best interaction I've ever heard from Ami.
Oh, speaking of Ami.
Neil takes it, Neil, my lady.
Speaking of which, Ami has some physical features that have changed that you should probably explain to the people that missed last session.
Oh, yeah, she has these like retractable fangs now. If possible, she appears to have almost gotten a little paler, and you can notice these. It's kind of hard to see, but you notice these two little like things kind of sticking out from her cloak. They almost look like little bat wings.
Starball.
And she has red eyes now.
Yeah,
that's adorable.
and that.
Is Grimly back? Just mute?
Probably eating.
Ami, go ahead and tell Grimly what he is now that he is back.
Oh, she mage hands a slip of paper to you, and it says, written on it, "Famulus," along with what appears to be almost like a textbook-like block of information on what that means, which is basically permission for you to Wikipedia it.
This is what you are. Google it. Is basically what Ami said.
Close attendant or assistant of a magician or occult scholar.
Pretty much.
Perfect.
Basically, an official apprentice of the court magician.
Grimmy looks at the paper and looks at Ami and is like, "Me?
She nods.
To you?"
She shakes her head no.
Oh. Grimmy looks a bit disappointed. Then who?
Thorngrab interjects. He says, that is one of the positions you need to interview for. There are several candidates.
Wait, really?
Oh, well.
Oh, he has to interview for this?
No. The court magician position is generally held by the headmaster of the Wizards College, which is currently vacant, and there are candidates that you need to interview.
Yes. I just meant that Grimley's famulous to not me.
So then I'll be famous to them.
She nods.
Out of character, Naram. Necromancer is one of the positions that needs to be filled. So
yeah, I meant for his.
No, Necromancer is separate from the headmaster. There are 3 positions that need to be filled: headmaster, necromancer, and guard captain.
I still want him to be trained by a necromancer.
I mean, you could potentially, there could be one of the candidates being a necromancer for headmaster, but necromancer is a separate position that needs to be filled.
Oh. Dual tasking.
But Thorngraf kind of glances around and says, I will leave you for a few minutes to discuss among yourself, and then you tell me what you need to work on first. Sound good?
Just peachy.
All right, then. I will be back in a few moments. And he kind of shuffles off.
Okay, so what's the plan, guys?
Oh boy, this is this is gonna be a long.
Ami seems to think for a moment, kind of goes over the. Did he leave the to-do list with us, or does he have?
To-do list is with you, yes. There are a lot of other things on that list. It's just these basically have asterisks next to them that say do first.
Okay, well she kind of goes and picks up the list and looks over the 4 things again, and then seems to almost maybe have a small panic attack, takes a deep breath, and then says, "Mages seems easy."
What seems easy?
Mages.
Filling the positions.
Yeah.
Okay,
easy, but so mundane.
Sounds really interesting to me.
Ami doesn't seem to see the problem with mundane.
No,
we might be able to split our resources. We don't necessarily all have to be there.
Please do not split the party when I'm doing interviews.
Yeah. I was gonna say
that would literally just mean half of you are doing nothing for like 2 hours.
I thought Mike might have a problem with that.
I mean, if you want to split your party when you're doing something, that's okay. But please don't split the party for let's half of us do this part that's going to take the entire session, and let's half do the other part.
No, I was going to say the delegating is probably going to be one of the things we need to get out of the way first, because the infrastructure is what's going to keep this place running while we're taking care of the other things.
I agree.
Sounds good to me.
Well, he just sighs really heavily. And very loudly.
I bet he's just a really interesting personality.
Ami looks relieved.
Well, then I don't want to be.
To start like having a spell duel here.
That, and I don't feel like being a walking catatonic in the next day or so. So that wasn't fun.
Yeah, in retrospect, some of you might realize that Ami's not eager to like fight a huge thing again for the next day at least, please. So yeah.
Well, let's get started then.
Well, that's fine, because you didn't fight the last one.
I did a ton of damage to that thing.
Kind of mostly true. You did damage from behind an impenetrable wall. To be fair.
Oh, next time she doesn't need to do anything. This is how you feel.
Next time she.
Let's see how you guys do.
I am sorry for outspeaking, my lady.
That's not what we're saying. We're just saying.
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Anyway, changing the subject, we should move on.
Before I dig my grave deeper.
Basically.
Anybody got a rope to get out of this hole?
I have a shovel.
He didn't mean dig himself deeper, you mean.
Or just
I'm
bury
aware.
him altogether. Anyways,
I have
does
a
the guy
lot of
come
rope.
back?
The guy leaves you for about 30 minutes.
Glorious.
Okay.
And we're just in here discussing for half an hour?
So, what room are we in right now?
You're in basically the main hall, the throne room.
Is there any table around?
There are a couple tables off to the side. Looks like they would be pushed in the middle and like decorated if there was to be a feast. I mean, they still have chairs at them and stuff like, but they're against the wall right now with chairs against them, not really in the center or anything.
I'm just gonna go use a table to go write something.
Okay.
Well, I would imagine that the prospective headmasters are likely already at the wizard's college, school. What was it? I don't.
Wizards College.
I would imagine that they're already there, so we could probably head there to talk to them. I imagine a guard would likely be at a guard post somewhere. I don't know if there is a capital guard post anywhere, but
I'm sure we can send runners.
Is there anyone in this room that I can ask for a map?
Yes. I have a map.
Oh, good. So we know where the guard post is and this mage college place.
Well, I would need some time to make the map of the city itself, but I have like that ability. Yes.
I meant like an actual map.
Like immediately? No. I have a map maker's kit, as in I can make a map, but I don't have a map right now.
Ami sort of wanders off away, and she seems to be looking for someone. She's looking for Thordengraf.
What colors do royalty or nobility wear here, out of curiosity?
I was going to say purple.
Sounds like a great question.
I need to find someone to ask.
Knowledge local, knowledge nobility.
Is Thordengraf like anywhere near?
Go ahead and roll a perception.
Oh boy!
Perception.
If you're looking for Thordengraf, let's see if you can find him.
I thought we were rolling perception to see what colors people wear.
Oh. Ami wanders into the kitchen, and a really big fat man in a chef outfit, kind of covered in blood, holding a cleaver, turns around and says, "Hey, can I help you?"
She audibly screams and runs away.
Sorry. Way.
I'll walk in after her and be like, "Oh, don't mind her. She's somewhat easily frightened."
Oh, okay. Can I help you?
We're looking for Thordengraf.
Oh, the major domo's probably. Let me see. It's still before lunch. He's probably upstairs in the study. Well,
I will relay this
study.
This information
it's
to
kind
Ami,
of
who
like
I
a
assume is
private
now hiding in the
library.
corner.
She's cowering behind a nearby tapestry.
Okay, I will relay this information to you.
Okay.
Okay.
She nods and starts. Do we have directions? I didn't catch that part.
Yes.
She starts off in that direction.
You enter in a small little study room. Looks like a small private library. And you see Thordengraf kind of perusing what looks to be a map of the southern continent. And he looks up and says, "Oh, my lady, how can I help you?"
She looks at him hesitantly, points to the map he's looking at, and says, "Need one of these."
A map of the southern continent. I'm sure I can make you a copy.
She hesitates and shakes her head no, and says, "For this place."
Oh, a map for Radisgrad. I see. Yes, of course. I will have one made immediately for you. Until it is made. It should take a few days. I will make sure it is exquisite, of course, with the most minor detail filled in. But until then, where can I direct you?
She pulls out the to-do list and points at the asterisk near the assigning mages.
The Wizard's College. That would be
She
straight
nods.
out the front gate. Take the path to the left, 3 miles, and it will be right in front of you. It's well, the people who built it, Yathazar's a traditionalist, as you could say. So it's a giant stone tower. You can't miss it.
She thinks on this for a second and then nods in thanks and starts towards the door, towards everyone else.
Colors. Just running
He doesn't come about colors.
Just running into the room. What are we supposed to be wearing?
Colors.
I beg your pardon.
Does the nobility have colors? Is that a
well, the
typically?
only nobility Raliskrad has had for the past 6 millennia has been Yathazar. He tends to wear black.
Okay, we're going with the goth color.
Ami looks down at her clothes,
If you
casts
mean
prestidigitation, and turns them.
you meant heraldry, I suppose you could make whatever you want. The people have been informed that a regent would be taking over at some point this century.
Okay, I'm gonna start working on that right now.
So whatever color you wish, I suppose. He looks at Wei. Although I would caution against green and blue. Green or blue is fine, but together they're well, the demonic army tends to use green and blue together a lot.
Noted.
No love for the Simic Guild.
All right, well, I'll think on that then.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Nope, that's it.
I hand him a nice rolled up scroll.
Yes. Am I giving this to someone, or should I read it?
It's for your eyes.
I
Read
see.
later.
Of course. He tucks it in his one of his robe sleeves. He's kind of looking around expectantly.
Off to the Wizards College, then?
Yep.
Yep, Ami is waiting by the door.
Let us leave.
Guess we're going there.
To see the wizard, the wonderful way.
Which way's the front gate?
That way.
I wonder if there's a train over here.
So Grimly is conducting these interviews, right? Since this whoever is interviewing
Grimly is going to sit in the back and be quiet.
Harsh.
But
You are but an apprentice, remember?
that's true.
You guys travel for a couple. Are you guys taking mounts or walking? It's only about 3 miles, so it's up to you.
I'm just gonna stroll.
All right.
Yeah, I think the walk would be
You guys
good for
walk
us.
for about a little over an hour, and then see in modern terms, a 20-story stone tower just standing in the middle of nowhere.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Is there a door?
Didn't miss that one.
There is not, actually. It's just solid stone all the way up. Not even windows. It's just 20 stories of stone.
Detect.
The There is definitely magic.
Obvious.
Don't even need to roll.
What kind and from where?
From what you can tell, there are all 8 kinds of magic from the tower itself.
Like the structure of the tower?
Yes, in the stone itself.
Oh.
For reference, diameter wise, it's probably about 300 feet around.
You mean circumference?
No, diameter. Like
diameter is distance across.
300 feet.
Okay.
That's a big tower.
Yes.
If it was 300 feet around, it would not be nearly that
if it was
big.
300 feet around, the diameter would be like 12 feet or something.
Right.
Good guess.
Which would be a really small tower.
Yep.
I mean, 20 stories is still a lot, but no, this is like rather large. About a third of a soccer field in
It's a
diameter.
big boy.
Although it is circular.
I was hoping to see illusion magic or something and see like...
There is illusion magic, as well as abjuration, conjuration, divination.
Yeah, well, I was hoping for like a not real door or something.
I knock on the base of the tower.
The stone kind of melts and morphs, and in front of you appears a face. It says, "Hello. Who are you?"
This one is too.
We kick Gami up to the front of the group.
She sort of stumbles up to the face in the door and gives a little wave.
Behold your regent.
I am but a door.
Funny, you look like a wall.
2 says open sesame.
The door kind of chuckles and says, "Unfortunately, I have been programmed to only open to those with a certain wit. 3 questions I shall ask.
I would just open the damn door.
Can we just try knocking? Have we tried knocking?
Yes,
that's the first thing we did.
Two literally knocked, and the door and the face appeared.
I mean,
I'm
knock
gonna
with
go
an
10
axe.
feet down. I'm gonna go 10 feet down and knock on the.
The face kind of like disappears and like reappears in front of you.
I wonder if they'll get mad if I cast wood shape on the door.
Ask your questions.
3 questions I shall ask. 3 answers shall be provided.
You're providing the answers? Excellent.
A wrong answer shall have consequences. Be prepared. First question. I'm tall when I am young, and I am short when I am old. What am I?
Answer me these questions 3, air the other side easy.
Pretty much.
Great, now I can't think of anything besides Monty Python.
Sorry. Couldn't help it.
We are the knights that say nee.
Isn't that just a candle?
Correct.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
Hey, door.
Is it a candle?
It's a candle.
Indeed, I am correct. Second
No,
question.
we're correct.
What goes with a carriage comes with a carriage, is of no use to a carriage, and yet the carriage cannot go without.
A horse?
It's of no use to the carriage, though. It's passenger, maybe?
The carriage can go without a passenger.
Yeah, that's true.
Driver of the carriage?
The driver of the carriage is not of no use to a carriage.
True.
What were the last two things?
Its wheels? No, that's definitely a use of the carriage. I don't know that one. That one's
It's something abstract, like destination or something like that.
Oh yeah, that might be it. Wait. Can you repeat the riddle or the question?
Sound.
What comes with a carriage goes with the carriage, but is not needed by the carriage wherever it goes.
I'm gonna go with 2 with sound.
There was something about which the carrot cannot do without, right?
Yeah, the carriage can.
The last part is it's not needed by the carriage.
Not need- But it can't go without it. So.
Yeah, it can't move without making noise. So
Right.
sound.
I mean that makes sense.
Unless it's a silenced carriage.
I'm really
it's a
tempted
magical
to
carriage.
Yes, I'm really tempted to go with obscure magical items for all of these answers.
Bring the monkey's paw!
Oh god.
Oh, no.
Did someone say monkey's paw?
No.
Yes. Wish the door open.
Please don't wish the door open.
Grimly would be so fired.
Grimly would die. Remember, he's not allowed to use it here.
I know.
Yeah, I will actually die. Yatoza will murder me.
Oh, that's...
I would go. Like sound seems like the most reasonable thing here. Like it's something abstract. It's definitely something abstract. I just can't think of anything else.
All right.
I mean, it's a good point. Unless it's a silenced carriage.
A carriage can go without a passenger.
Yeah.
Right, which is why passenger can't be the answer because it says the carriage can't go without it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think sounds like as good a guess as any.
Makes sense. Like it fills all the things.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think if there's anything else that also fits the things.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I'm sticking with sound. Survey says.
Let's just go with sound.
All right, sound.
Correct. Third question.
This is making me look really smart.
I have a name that is not mine, and no one cares about me in their prime. People cry at my sight and lie by me all day and night. What am I?
I hope someone's writing this down.
Okay, that one needs another go.
Are you writing it?
I'll say it one more time.
Oh, good.
I have a name that is not mine, and no one cares about me in their prime. People cry at my sight and lie by me all day and night. What am I?
This sounds very similar to that
Time?
Coffin riddle.
Like a coffin, like time. It could be time.
But it has a name.
Right. Or a clock. I don't
just
know.
The structure seems similar to like the the whole grave one.
Clock, maybe.
Cry at my sight, Grimly. Not by my sight. Just clarifying.
Cry by.
Death sounds is the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah.
Death has a name that's not its.
And people lie by it all day and night.
That's just morbid.
Right?
If it's
I'm just gonna
sight,
curl up next to this cadaver for a couple minutes.
I mean, it's probably related to death.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
no,
I'm
and it
saying
also fits
Darby's
no one
not
cares
here.
about me in their prime because people don't think about death when sickness.
What does that have to do with names?
Yeah.
Well, sicknesses have like individual names, but the idea of I don't know.
The name
Yeah,
belongs
that's what I was
to it.
thinking.
Yeah.
Oh, grave marker.
There you
Also, old age.
Old age. What?
Has
I have a
no,
name that's
it
not
has
mine.
Okay, me lie by me all day and night doesn't work for age.
You're missing the very first line. With
No
all
one
of your
cares about me
guesses.
in their prime. People cry at my sight. Barry's right. Barry's right.
Wait,
I have a
what-
name
what-
that's not mine. A grave marker has the name of the person on it, not the name.
Oh right, yes, I see.
Yeah.
That's true.
That makes a lot
No
of
one
sense.
cares about me in their. Yeah, Barry's right.
What about lie by me all day and night though?
Well,
the dead lie.
The dead person.
The dead lies by it.
That's true. Yes. Okay, grave marker then.
Yep.
Hey, door.
The answer is grave marker.
Or a tombstone.
You are correct. You may enter. And its mouth expands and keeps expanding until it becomes a door.
2 isn't into that.
Yeah, that's...
2 isn't into that.
Avi's quite impressed, actually.
I've
She
seen this
opens
movie.
The door, or not opens the door, but I guess goes through.
Is there going to be a table on the inside with 2 different types of candy?
We don't have a Millennium Falcon.
Let's just walk in.
I'm just waiting for the white rabbit to go by.
Yeah.
Avi,
late.
Once Ami's a few steps in, she realizes nobody else is moving and is just
I'm
staring
walking
at you
in,
like,
G.
what are you waiting? And
All
continue.
right, in we go.
Want to answer more questions or something?
In we go.
Yeah, the last thing we need is Tim showing up.
You mean Sam?
The character of Tim the Enchanter is not the guy on the bridge.
Oh, you meant for Monty Python.
Yes.
No, yeah, but I still don't want Tim to show up.
I go in.
One sec.
Proceed onward.
Alrighty. You guys walk inside, and beyond the wide open granite door is a rather small enclosure. It looks smaller than the outside would make it seem. And then there are 3 hallways, one to your right, one to your left, and one straight ahead, that just seem to go on for a very long time, much further than the outside of the tower looks.
So this massive tower is actually bigger on the inside. Excellent.
Yes and no. Like, these are very obvious hallways that lead outside of the tower because you're standing in a little stone enclosure that is tiny, and then just these 3 very long hallways.
Okay.
And on your left, one is marked by there's a carved depiction of a flame. The one in front of you, there's a carved picture of a skull. And the one on the right of you, there's a carved picture of a book with an eye on it.
Evocation, necromancy, and illusion?
Could be divination.
Or divination.
Or divination, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
I vote for fire.
Jeez, isn't there usually a front desk to these kinds of
Tommy's
things?
confused as to why all the buildings up to this point have been underground and this one's...
Yeah, this is not underground.
Technically, it's underground. The ground just came up with it.
Oh my god.
Is there anything on the ceiling?
Grimly is now too smart for all of us.
There is a, 20 stories you're estimating of space above you.
Okay, so it's just open all the way up.
Yep. Or at least appears to be.
Interesting.
It's not lighted, so you can't really see the top. It just fades to black after a little bit.
Okay, and the positions we needed were necromancer, headmaster, and...
Guard. Captain.
Something? Guard.
I think a guard captain is going to be found here, but...
No, it was guard captain of the Wizards College.
Yeah.
The captain of the guard of Raliskrad is Alex, who is with you. This is captain of the guard specifically of the Wizards College.
Fair enough.
I guess with that in mind, Ami sort of starts towards the hallway marked with a skull.
Impending doom ho!
Alright. I will follow.
What's all the negativity about skulls about? They keep your head safe.
Ami, roll a d4.
I'm checking for traps.
I will again say Darby stayed at home.
You guys walk for about 2 miles.
2 miles.
Should have brought our mounts instead.
Do we have to go all 2 miles before we realize we're walking, forever?
I mean, you can stop before the 2 miles if you want.
I swear to God, if there's a worm on the side of the wall, I'm stopping now.
Are you stopping before 2 miles goes by, or?
Is there a little British worm on the side of the wall?
That's up to Ami. I'm just following.
Is there any sign of any change before 2 miles?
I mean, you don't see any repeating stones, if that's what it seems. It just seems like it's a really long hallway.
Okay. Okay, then we'll go 2 miles, I guess.
All right. After 2 miles, it kind of opens up a little bit in a chamber, and then there is a hello. There is a single small desk with a robed figure, kind of hunched over, scratching with a large peacock quill, scratching at looks like a scroll, and then illuminated by a single torch in the background, and then it looks like there's a couple doors behind him or her. You can't really see the person's face.
Hello?
One moment, please. 1 second.
Ow.
Finishes scratching with the pen. Looks up. And a skeletal face is looking at you guys and says, hello. How can I help you?
Skeletal as in same skeletal as the butler, or skeletal as in skeletal?
As in no skin.
Okay, excellent.
Ami takes out the to-do list, points towards the asterisk next to assign mages.
You are the regent and her
Ilk.
patriots, I see. Yes?
I was gonna go with entourage.
I was gonna say friends, but okay. Don't have to get all formal with it.
I'll take that as a yes then. Yes. Well, the interview room is on your right, and we have several here. Which would you like to send in first? I'll give you a list if you give me just a moment. He starts scratching with his quill again.
Ami steps back and waits.
And that is GM speak for let me write you a list of the names.
Yep.
For the necromancy position, yes, I assume.
Ami sort of looks uncertainly around. And
sure.
For all three?
Okay, which first?
She motions for him to carry on.
That was not rhetorical, I'm afraid. Which position would you like to interview for first?
I recommend going with the captain of the guard, because that's how I rolled.
I think the headmaster would probably be the better idea, and then we can get his opinion on who you'd like to be the.
Well, no, because then he's obviously biased on who he wants in the positions.
Right, but then it would be the.
See, if we do it without doing the headmaster first, then we can do it completely unbiased.
Yeah, I suppose this is true.
These candidates aren't the same, but by the way, that makes a difference.
I don't know why I'm arguing it. I just feel like I should do that one first because that's what I rolled.
Oh, let's just get this over with, damn it.
What do you want to do?
Everybody starts looking at Ami.
She seems startled, and she kind of shrugs.
I may be undead, but I don't have all the time in the world.
Let's just go with it.
Which one?
The captain of the guard!
All right, thank you. And he scratches out a list and says, there you go. Now shuffle in the room over there and just call out whichever one you want. And I'll send them in. It'll take me a few minutes to go get them.
We go in the room.
This isn't in alphabetical order.
Yeah, that works for me.
Inside the room is a long table with about 10 chairs behind it, obviously meant for you guys, and then a small desk and a single chair in front of that table, obviously for the interviewee.
Are there any one-way mirrors around, or is it just blank wall?
It's literally just a room. I mean, it's lit, but it's pretty bare bones.
Okay.
Looks like it was probably a lecture hall that they moved all the desks out of.
Do Ray and 2 get booster seats?
Please.
No.
Oof.
But they do
rough.
They do get taller chairs.
Do we by any chance get like a job description of what the duties of each of these?
Or the merits, at least?
You did not.
Okay,
you
no
got
job.
the job. You got the job titles of headmaster of the college,
beautiful,
necromancer, and captain of the college guard.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Well, let's start with the first. We'll start with the first one. We'll take notes and then we'll move on.
Ami, out of character, I kind of want to cast a big illusion, scary, I am the regent, and have it be this huge scary thing, just to see how they react. Because if they're gonna be the guard captain, they have to be pretty brave, right?
One vision of hell coming up.
Ah, boy, not again.
Oh, jeez.
I'm just gonna cover my eyes while this happens.
I'm pretty sure the vision of hell stays around for a while.
Yeah.
I believe you would also all have to make checks against it. So.
Or we could just look away, right?
I mean, it's around.
I mean, it's gonna be everywhere.
Yeah,
Can I just?
It's in the room.
Can I just cast? Or crap, let's. Do I have anything better than silent image? Nope, I did not take minor image yet. Okay. Vision of hell it is. No.
Oh boy.
It really does have a disguise self?
I do.
So you could just look really. You could probably use disguise to make yourself look really scary.
Well, technically, I'm already using it.
I mean, it says under the spell description, while you are prepared for these images and not affected by them, any other creature, blah, 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 blah. But if we're also, super prepared, like, we know this is coming, do we get any bonuses to the save? Considering we're literally planning this, or?
I'd say you take a +5 on the will save.
I'll take that. I think we should do it.
That's up to you. I'm going to cast Eagle Splendor on myself.
You're what?
I'm going to Eagle Splendor myself.
Ah, okay.
Which sounds oddly sexual, but it's not, I promise.
I understand.
Hey, it's not Pigeon Splendor, so.
Oh boy.
Okay, well, let's do it then. Let's do it then. If we're all getting a +5, I feel like we'll be okay.
And Owl's Wisdom would probably be a better idea.
Yeah, I cast Owl's Wisdom on myself.
Wait, why are people buffing themselves?
Perception.
So they don't shit their pants when I'm casting this spell.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
All right, you're going to be fine.
Keep in mind that this is lasting. The vision will last 1 minute per level.
How long do we expect an interview to take?
However long you want it to take.
I'm just pointing out that you guys are interviewing, looks like 5 people for the position. This spell is not going to last. Might last for a interview.
Maybe a interview.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, you're right. Never mind. I just won't do mine.
I wish Darby was there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to use it on the last one.
Why isn't Darby here?
Oh no, I could meta it. So yeah, I could do it 6 times.
I thought Darby was
7 times.
Nah, that's all right.
If it's too convoluted, we don't have to do it. I just thought it would.
If need be, I can intimidate them.
I would make suggestions.
Let's just see what we got.
All right, well, let's start with the first person, then worst case scenario, we'll scare the crap out of them.
Okay.
Call one of them in.
Azaki, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Codeine, or whatever the hell his name was.
Come on in, Yasuo.
Sidon, there we go.
I'm just going to start lighting my hair on fire.
Ami casts Prestidigitation, and a very clear voice rings out. Azaki Siadon. Fuck this.
In walks a rather bedraggled-looking woman. She's kind of skin and bones, wearing a bulky white painted plate armor. Has auburn hair, kind of tied back in a ponytail. She has really pronounced cheekbones. You're not sure if it's because she's literally starving, or at least appears so, or because they're just rather pronounced. And she's also like 3 feet tall. It's very obviously she is a gnome. And
next.
Dang.
No.
Let her have a
shooting
chance.
daggers at you.
Let her have a chance.
All right.
She walks in and sits herself in the chair and folds her hands in her lap and looks up and says, "Hello, I am Azaki Seadon, and I am here for the position of guard captain, as I heard there was an opening."
I push up my glasses and I say, "Yes. Do you have any prior job experience in this?"
Yes, I was a guard for a sorcerer and his apprentice for 5 years in Numeria, and I protected them while they ran a small, not a college, but a small tutoring for young mages.
I see.
What particular talents do you have that lend you to this position?
I am quite handy with a battle axe. She points to it strapped on her back. and am very well versed in being. Let's just say I can fight mages very well. I have anti-mage arts, so any student that gets out of line, I could very easily handle.
Shoot a magic missile at her.
No.
If I just randomly do that, is she gonna try to kill me?
Good luck.
That seems like a bad idea. I mean, not that I don't think the 10 of us could take her, but
yeah, I'm pretty sure we would slaughter her. So feel free to do what you want, my lady.
She kind of looks a little confused, but doesn't say anything.
Scorching ray, scorching ray.
Touch of fatigue.
I just had a new idea. This might be a little more appropriate, out of character. What if I like summon a monster for them to fight and we see how they do?
I was literally about to have my cohort do that.
Go ahead.
I can do that too.
Y'all can do that. Like, we can just propose it as a test or something, because that's what it is anyways. So.
I mean, yeah.
I'll let you two take this round.
All right. So we shall have a bout then. So we shall have Azaki versus. Do we want the cohort to go, or did we want someone else to go?
What level spells can the cohort cast?
Only up to level 3, and I was just gonna drop a cheetah.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
All right, we have. I can't remember his name. I'm sorry.
It's not opponent versus that. It's a summon monster versus her.
Okay, so we have Azaki versus this ferocious cheetah.
Bam! Celestial cheetah on the desk, lunges at her.
She in one swift movement kicks over the desk into the cheetah's face, kind of slowing it down long enough for her to unsheath her battle axe. It gets one raking claw across her face, and then she grabs it by the throat, and then one-handed takes the battle axe and basically chops its head off in one swing.
I beckon her towards my position on the desk.
She plops the cheetah's head on the desk.
No. I reach out, I touch her shoulder, and I heal her wound, and say, "I'm satisfied."
I return to the desk to its position in front of the chair. That was delightful.
I'm going to have to ask, why do you want this position of all things?
Because it's better than living in Numeria.
I see. And what happened to the sorcerer and his apprentice?
He decided he didn't like the rulers of Numeria, and I couldn't protect him. I do not tend to harbor revolutionary thoughts out of the blue.
Can I do a sense motive on that?
You can roll it.
I'm gonna throw one down too.
17.
She seems to be telling the truth.
Oh, almost did in the wrong channel.
She seems to be telling the truth. She seems to be telling the truth.
All right. Well, do any of you other
D&D
have
lie
questions? 2 can't think of anything right now.
All right, thank you for your time. We will be with you shortly. We still have a few applicants to go through, and what would be the best? What would be the best way to get a hold of you in the near future?
You can
He's just going to be waiting outside, right?
That was the plan, unless it's going to take you more than a day or so.
I believe we're going to. I believe the discussions will go into the evening, so we will let you know first thing in the morning, one way or the other.
All right. She stands up, bows, and steps out.
Okay. Well, she fucked up a cheetah.
Let's see what the other applicants have to offer.
Exactly.
Is there like a mess caused by the or because it was summoned? Is there not a mess?
There was a mess until it kind of just dissipates after a couple of minutes, and then seems to have taken care of itself.
Ami casts Ghost Sound, and the voice rings out, Herigold, tell.
I alter self to get a more fiendish appearance, by the way.
All right. You are now a giant rat with horns.
Yes.
He's the union rat.
In walks Herigold Telfell, who is a in walks a tall, about 6.5 foot tall, full orc, not even half orc, full on orc, kind of greenish gray skin, curled ram horns, rather physically imposing, wearing a full suit of barded armor with two short swords sheathed on
Ami
his
seems
back.
to shudder slightly at the sight of this newcomer, but doesn't say it.
He has a shock of white hair, braided to his right side, and his face and arms are covered in these red tattoos. Looks like war paint, except that it's very obviously tattoos. And
we've never seen him before, right?
No, this is not Grok.
Okay. Just checking.
So, Herigold, tell me what you see in front of you.
I see people.
Good enough for me. No,
What brings you here? What do you bring to the table? Why should we give you the position that you are here for?
I'm here to guard people and kill things that threaten the college. I'm good at killing.
Are you good at anything else, Herigold?
Kind of scratches his head. No.
What what previous experience do you have?
I walked here from Dresden by myself. Knowledge local check, please. For y'all to know what Dresden is.
Give me 1 second.
I think Ami knows.
Think?
Wait, that is obviously the town next door to the town you were born in the other dimension.
Wait, what?
Raise an eyebrow.
Way rolled a nat 1. Sarah realizes from her brief glance at a map earlier that Dresden is a small hamlet, literally on the exact opposite end of the World Wound.
Oh, okay.
Which means if he's telling the truth, he walked alone through the World Wound.
Got it.
2 wonders if you have any sort of administrative experience, as you are the captain of the guard, if you get this position.
Yeah, I can lead people. I've done it before.
And where are they now?
About halfway through the World Wound.
And you expected such
Ryan,
an answer.
I can hear clicking, whatever that is.
Sorry.
I can lead them well, but if they can't fight as well as me, that's not my fault.
Two believes it's Ami's turn for a test.
Ami sort of looks at you startled, looks at the orc, and
he grins at you. You think there's a piece of raw meat stuck in one of his teeth.
She cringes and looks at his eyes instead.
They're actually really gorgeous crimson. Almost sapphire red.
She stammers out, you left them there?
I mean, I'm not here to be a necromancer. Dead people usually can't walk.
Oh, they're dead. Got it. Okay.
I think it's time for the next applicant to come in.
We still have to give him the last question.
That was what 2 was implying.
Mm-hmm. My lady, would you mind taking this one? He will not get past the table.
Ami summons a
horse.
It's too easy to kill, Fred. How big are dire boars? She summons a dire boar. And it launches itself at the...
Herigold sees it charge him, kind of looks at it oddly, and it hits him, and he wraps his arms and legs around it, and he wrestles it to the floor, and he kind of pins it to the ground with one elbow and looks up and says, where did that come from?
Like, where did that come from literally? Like, he doesn't understand how it got there? Yes. Or just... Oh, that's a problem. Okay.
I just realized.
So you wanna be the guard captain of the Mages Guild?
Anything attacks here, it'll die. And he pulls out a knife and stabs the dire boar in the eye, and it squeals as it slowly dies.
But you don't recognize magic.
Well, I'm guarding the mages. Why would I need to recognize magic?
Well, what if you have to guard the mages from magic?
I mean, if they need to do magic shit, then they can do magic shit themselves, because they're good at magic shit. I'm here for stuff that's not good against magic shit.
Okay, wonderful. Is there a way that we can contact you tomorrow morning?
I have a tent out front.
Wonderful.
Very good.
We will send a runner. Thank you. That will be all.
All right. What do you want me to do with this? And he kind of holds up the dire boar.
Oh, you can finish it.
Do with it as you will.
All right. He slings it over his shoulder and walks out.
Next one.
I can't wait for a "Where's my boar?"
As soon as it disappears?
Yeah, a couple minutes later you'll hear, "Where's my boar go?"
Dude, where's my boar? Oh, you got a tattoo. What does it say? Dude, what does it say? Sweet. Naren looks to the other group. I would like to point out that yes, casting or summoning monsters is magic, but we are not actually attacking them with magic. We are using magic to attack them with monsters. We should probably try them attacking with magic.
I'll do that next time, then. I'll let the next one.
Well, that's not necessarily a complete test, then, because we don't know what kind of threats are posed against the Wizards Guild that the wizards themselves couldn't just handle. So
a boar charging them seems like a pretty scary threat.
Yeah.
It's more of a basic competency test, you know?
Yeah, it's more of a style test than anything.
All in the next one already.
I believe we're ready for
Are
the
we
next.
ready? Okay. She casts Ghost Sound, and a voice rings out. Ilda Foam Tanker.
Oi, what you want? Oh, it's my turn. 1 minute, be right there. And then
The fuck?
Fucking
Just like
Cockney.
him already.
Oh no.
Bad Cockney.
First question. How much have you had to drink this evening?
What, me? 3 tankards. Last few minutes.
Were they foamy?
Hell yeah. It's in the name. And in walks a, for a dwarf, mildly attractive.
Of course, dwarf.
Wearing what looks to be green painted stone armor, as in it looks like plate armor, but it's made out of stone. Her hair's, you think at one point was probably red, although it looks closer to a shade of green, and there's kind of twigs and brambles in it, and it doesn't look like it's been washed in years.
Ami already hates her.
She has bright purple eyes that are darting around the room really hyperactively, and she's kind of fidgeting on her feet, but she walks in and says, "Hi, I'm Ida Foam Tankard. I'm here for the job of guard captain."
Right,
Before anyone says a word, Ami casts Silent Image and in front of Ilda and kind of around the sides, even everywhere other than the door. Just this very confusing, almost dizzying illusion appears of just like this shifting wall, and it just like the colors. There are a bunch of colors. They just kind of shift into each other. It's not like in a bunch of different directions. It's clearly intended to like try to confuse or like mislead the eyes.
Or make a drunk person completely sick.
Did you summon a Pink Floyd song?
I know I haven't drunk.
It's silent.
I haven't drunk that much. I know I'm not drunk yet. And she just walks through the wall. There, that's better.
Ami blinks, dispels the illusion, sits back down.
So, Ilda, do you have any prior job experience that you would like to share with us?
Yeah, I was a guard for a caravan for 50 years, till I ran into a wizard. He killed most of the caravan, and then I killed him, and his apprentice wasn't quite as mean, so I took him under my wing. We went adventuring for a few more years, and now I'm here. I got bored.
And where is said apprentice right now?
I think he's made some lair up in Ustlov, or I guess down in Ustlov. That's to the south now. We parted ways amicably.
Would you say you know a lot about magic then?
Hey, it's not a horrible accent, because it's an accent that doesn't represent any specific area.
No, I wasn't saying that your accent that you are portraying it's her accent is horrible to our ears.
What was the question you just asked?
What has she been doing? Like credentials, yada yada.
No. The one after that. Somebody asked another question.
No, that was just Karina complaining saying that we were making fun of his accent, and we were not. Okay. And why do you think that you are a good fit for this position?
Well, I'm good against mages, and I'm good against not mages, so I'm pretty sure I can guard whoever lives here. And I like fighting.
Do you know who lives here?
I'm assuming mages. It is called a wizard's college, after all.
That's
Was that a trick question? I'm not good with trick questions, sorry.
I'm going to need a prayer after this.
Hey, you guys
Here, take a drink of this.
You guys decided to start with the meatheads.
I'm gonna walk over and give him a swig of the fire whiskey.
She drinks it, be like, I love tea.
How good against mages are you? Like, how exactly?
She looks grimly up and down, be like, I bet I could take you.
I've got an idea.
I'll put 5 gold on that. Grimly, how about you go for a non-lethal bout?
What?
Yeah, good. Duel her, Grimly.
What? Like, here?
This can only end well. Yeah, right here. Go.
Tommy casts mage armor on you.
You've got this, Grimello.
We believe in you.
Come on,
Blink,
Grimet.
blink, blink. Alright, let's try this. I guess Grimly will launch a. Let's try dazing magic missile against him and see what happens.
Okay. You launch a magic missile at her, dazing, right?
Yes.
And she quickly draws her warhammer from her back, hits the magic missile mid-air, and it flings back at you.
Very interesting is what Grimly manages to say before the missile hits.
Jeez. I like it.
I prepare a cure my runes just in case.
I'll roll my own will save. Give me a sec. I fail. I got that one.
She walks up to Grimly, pokes him on the head while he's dazed, or and Grimly falls over. I think I won that one. I'll take my 5 gold, please. She puts out her hand.
You know what? That was worth it, and I flicked the 5 gold piece over.
Thanks, love.
Oh my
god. Okay. Let me pull that up.
Way is considerably more pleased now that something interesting has happened.
He was like, that was really interesting. How did you do?
Well, I did tell you I was good against mages.
This is true.
That was the heal to Grimly. So you're back up 15 points. I don't know how much damage you took, but
I forgot to roll for it. Give me a sec.
I'm not burning another spell slot for you just yet. So
all the people we're interviewing are more capable than us.
I doubt that.
Well, okay, maybe not the last one.
Maybe not like all of us.
Yeah.
Out of character, the orc,
exactly.
The orc was a level 15 barbarian.
Oh.
I believe it, but capability is not just measured in levels.
Yikes. I still think we could take him, but it would probably take all of us.
I love that I healed him for exactly how much he just fucked himself up.
He didn't know what magic was. Anyways, let's go carry on.
Yeah, that's okay.
Moving on.
But he was good at grappling, which is the good part.
I might hire him for other things, but
He's
maybe like a wrestling tournament.
I'll say this later, but let's go on.
All right.
That was pretty cool.
Well, this has been very enlightening and entertaining, I must say. Is there any way that we that we can reach you tomorrow morning?
I'll be at the pub.
Very well. Thank you for your time.
Later.
I wonder if they also have to go to 2 miles through the Mages College to get here.
Probably.
You guys are starting to wonder how the barbarian passed the door.
Oh God.
Wait.
I mean, have you tried threatening the door?
He got easier questions, I bet.
Maybe the door tries to maybe it's like the sorting hat and how where it can see inside your mind and it knows how smart you are, so it gave him something like
maybe it just takes any 3 questions, 3 answers.
Yeah.
What is your favorite color? How old are you? What is your
Anyways,
name? Blue.
Are we good?
No, yellow. Okay, next.
All right. Ghost sound voice rings out. Stirk Furbin.
I need a nature check from everyone.
Oh boy.
Knowledge nature? Okay.
Don't look at me.
Well, I don't have knowledge of nature, so good luck.
Druid, you're up.
Just let you know, not all of we druids actually study nature.
You're up.
I rolled a 24.
I didn't study nature.
What walks in, I'll tell Trayron what the name is in a minute, but everyone else failed. So what walks in is a rather large owl with humanoid features, kind of. Like it has legs and it has arms that kind of end in feathers, but otherwise it's basically the body of an owl with the head of an owl, and it kind of waddles in, sits on the chair, and what is standing in front of you is Trayron, an owl man.
Not an owl bear, an owl man.
An owl bear would be trying to eat your face off right now.
Could be an awakened owl bear.
No, this is an owl man.
You can see there's a distinct lack of bear, though not, in the normal way, at least.
A distinct lack of bear.
It's an owl bear without the bear. So it's an owl. It's an owl man bear minus the bear.
Man bear child.
Not quite like that, as the legs and arms are a bit more humanoid. But I guess kind of like that.
No, I was trying to link the dance, but the GIF didn't work.
Freaking boomkin.
All right. So, Stirk.
The owlbear song.
What's your previous job experience then?
I've lived in the woods fighting demons for the past 30 years and thought I'd try protecting more than just my own village for a minute. As my village is being encroached on by demons, we need money to relocate, and I thought a job that my skills would be apt for might come in handy.
Where would this village be? And how long have you lived there?
It is the village of Underen, in the middle of what is now known as the Wounded Lands. I've lived there for 37 seasons.
What would you say is your greatest strength?
My connection with nature.
Okay.
Now, how much do you know about magic?
I have studied it, and the guidance of one sec, making sure I have the right god. Yes, I have studied under the guidance of Irastil for 37 seasons. I'm quite versed in the druidic arts.
Very nice. Wei, would you be so kind? Would you be so kind for a bout? Fire is necessary.
Fire elemental. A little one.
He summons little Ragnaros.
Literally just summoned a small fire elemental to attack him.
Mini pet Ragnaros.
Too soon, Executus.
The L-man kind of looks at it, waves his hand in the air, does a little chanting, and summons a small air elemental, and they start fighting each other.
Oh God,
this is great.
Oh, okay.
I'll make prestidigitation a tiny little arena for them.
And then after a little bit, the air elemental wins out, and the owl man looks up and says, "Unexpected, but I hope I passed that."
I like your style.
Yeah, I was going to say that was a very intriguing way of coming about it.
I enjoyed that.
What would you say? How can I phrase this? Why should we give you the position? What makes you think that you would be the best suited for it?
I have no idea what my competition is, so I do not know if I am the best suited for it.
Okay.
I like your humility.
Is there anything else you would let us know about yourself before we wrap this up?
No.
All right.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time. Is there any way that we can get a hold of you for tomorrow morning for our calling on this?
Just tell the trees.
Very well. Thank you for your time.
Of course. And he kind of walks out.
Tree hugger. Do it, druid. Tree hugger confirm.
Hey.
Hey, these are my notes, damn it.
Also, I want to clarify: 30 seasons is not 30 years.
Yeah, that's
no. You said no. You said 30 years that he was.
You did say 30 years. You said he lived in the village for 30 seasons.
37 seasons.
Yeah, 37 seasons. I don't think I ever
You said he'd been
years.
fighting. You said he'd been fighting demons for 30 years.
Oh yes.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I.
Okay.
Okay. I love that we had our own little Pokemon battle. Oh God.
Ami seems to notice that nobody is talking. She raises her hand as if to ask if she can cast.
Yeah, my lady, this is. You are now in control of everything.
She gives you a wounded look.
What question?
Your USB just fucked up.
I know. I figured.
After a few more moments of silence, she casts Ghost Sound and a voice rings out. Is that supposed to be Lloyd or Illoyd?
Who knows?
Lloyd.
But the other L's are capitalized. Okay, it's Illoyd. The voice rings out, Illoyd, Lorlia, Laflo.
In walks...
LaFlo.
In walks Freddie Mercury if he were an elf.
Oh my god.
Okay.
About 5.5 feet tall, very striking blonde hair down to his waist. He has a very pencil-thin mustache with a little goatee, wearing very expensively tailored clothes with a kind of half cape in red and green over one shoulder. He has a rapier on his left hip, and he walks in. He gives a very flamboyant bow, arm completely out wide, and says, "Hello, Lloyd, Leora, Laflo, at your service."
Sing me a song.
Ah, I am afraid I am but a poet, and I sing rather poorly.
A poet?
I didn't ask if you were a singer.
Ami looks very confused.
This is hardly part of the job description.
I'm sorry. If you bring Freddie Mercury out, I want some goddamn Bohemian Rhapsody.
Let's just get on with the interview.
You do know what position you're applying to, right?
Ah, of course. To defend this very fine establishment from demons or from a rampaging student or two.
And do you know, do you have any prior job experience that would help you with this?
Of course. The Academy of Magic in the Cerulean Woods. I attended it myself, of course, and afterwards I was kept on as a student, not quite guard, as it was a little more than that, but less than head of security, such as here. I was there for another century or so, protecting the place from the odd rampaging wood elemental or rambunctious student. But I figured I would see the world for a little bit, and this quaint little area overrun by demons seems to need my help.
There's no sort of like magic illusion or charm that he's casting.
Is he lying?
Sense motive, friends.
I don't know. Do you know?
I'm gonna do a sense motive on that.
Attaboy.
Nah, I totally know.
God, no.
Oh no.
31.
He knows.
No, wait.
It looks
Oh my
like
God, it's just a plus 10 actually, so it's 26.
You can't quite tell, honestly. He's putting on a pretty damn good performance, and you can't quite tell what his motivation is right now.
Being a performer myself, can I use a different check to see if he's just playing us?
Nope.
Darn it.
Ami seems the more more confused.
As a performer, you can tell this is a damn good performance.
Whether
or not it's true or not, this guy's putting on quite a bit of airs.
Yeah.
So, what did you fight at the other Magic Academy?
Rampaging elementals, the occasional student or two that got out of hand, had an orc incursion once or twice over the centuries, but you know how orcs are, they tend to rampage quite a bit.
How old are you?
913.
How old is that by elf standards?
Elves don't die of age.
Correct, but is that young? Is that...
Adolescence for elves usually ends in their 3rd century.
Very well.
Ami just looks very perplexed at him and asks him, why?
Why not?
She does not look convinced. She looks around at this dark little room and thinks about this half undead populated place, and she just asks him, why here?
Well, I can't really apply to be a defender of a place not being overrun by demons, now can I? That would be boring.
You're not wrong there.
I have a little test for you. Could you stand up and turn around to look at that door over there you came in?
Of course. He stands up and looks at the door.
I cast a swarm of monkeys upon him.
Ryan, I'm getting everyone else is talking through your speakers.
Oh.
I did hear that.
I can only move my mic so far away from my face, so here we are.
Just don't breathe.
Right. Working on.
Yes,
Continue.
I do cast mad monkeys on top of him or right behind him, and they try to steal everything that's loose upon him.
Okay. He
Me too.
let me take a look at his dexterity. He deftly whips out his rapier, pokes each one on the forehead, and steps deftly aside and says, not now. Keep your hands to yourselves.
Well, he failed that. He turned around. Yes, well, okay. What would you say is your greatest strength for this position?
Experience.
Okay. Well, I believe that takes care of everything on our end. Is there anything else that you would like us to know about?
I have extensive training as a bard and musician as well. Um, and if you need anything, please do not hesitate to call. And he bows down, and then from under one of his left arm, he pulls a rose and hands it to Ami.
I was gonna say Grimly, but sure.
Thank God, I was expecting you to hand it to Grimly.
Ami takes the rose from him, but doesn't make any other motion or say.
As she takes the rose, a little smoke, like pink smoke, poofs, and then it turns from into a rose into a folded envelope. He bows and then walks out the room.
Before he leaves, can I see any kind of illusion magic on top of him?
Roll a spellcraft.
Okay.
Or do you have or cast the spell detect magic?
Yeah, I would cast greater detect magic on him as he leaves.
There's a lot of illusion magic on him.
Oh boy.
Not quite sure if he's who he says he is.
Ami looks at the envelope in her hand, kind of repulsed, and just sort of puts it on the table and pushes it away.
Okay.
Two thinks you should open it.
She shakes her head.
Would you like me to open it?
She seems to think on this for a moment, and then casts prestidigitation, and the envelope lies on.
And on it is written his name, and basically it says, "Say my name 3 times, and this will act as a scroll of message."
Apparently, it's a scroll of message so that you can get in contact with him. Okay.
It's not lit on fire.
You cut out for that part.
Oh, oops.
Yeah, I thought she was just trying to burn the letter before anyone read it.
Yeah,
I didn't
that's
know you
exactly
burned it.
what
I
she
thought you
was
said you
trying
used
to do.
prestidigitation to open it.
No, she used that to burn
in
it.
that case, retcon, and it just catches on fire.
If anybody wants to stamp it out, they can, but she's okay with letting it burn.
Well, wait, that's your department. It's trash. So,
just letting it burn.
He's like, ooh. All right. Is he still here, or did he walk out? Okay. Well, that was a bunch of interesting things. Do we have any that we? God, that's killing me. Do we have any that are definitely? Oh my God.
Freddie Mercury makes me nervous. The orc is not qualified.
I like the dwarf.
both dwarves were a little.
There's only one dwarf.
What was the other one?
No.
That was a gnome. Sorry, my bad. I'm being racist.
So all small people are the same, right? Is that
They looked the same to me. I'm just gonna be honest.
What about the owl?
I liked the owl.
I'm looking at.
I like the owl.
I did like the owl.
Gnome and owl. Those are the ones I'm looking at.
I feel like we didn't interview the first one enough.
That was the gnome, right?
The gnome, the gnome was the fighter.
We could make a short list and call them back in.
Last one standing?
Right.
Oh no.
Let's not do a fight to the death.
Battle Royale. Okay, I don't care really.
That is not the attitude we need right now. Yeah, I say we.
As far as I can tell, they're all qualified in different ways. It's just a matter of, character.
Except for the orc, who has no idea what magic is.
I mean, if you think about it, if the magicians can't defend themselves from purely physical threats, then the orc certainly will deal with them. Just his character is what's complex.
I suppose.
Corymyr likes the dwarf, mostly because of the interaction with him, but in terms of qualification, seems kind of irresponsible.
I liked the owl's creativity. Good problem-solving skills is always a plus.
Druid. Druids don't know anything about arcane magic.
Cough, cough.
The thing with the druid is druids are actually really good spell breakers, so that's not a bad. That's not a bad composition. I'm not too keen on the elf or the gnome myself. I would say we keep it up to either the owlman or what was the other?
Dwarf.
The dwarf did decently. I mean, as much as I hate to say it, I mean, they definitely showed their merit when it came to keeping their own with spells.
Despite being obviously somewhat under the table, they were still able to recognize magic and.
Oh no, I feel like that was definitely not under the table.
I said somewhat.
Just lots of alcohol.
Yeah.
Well, that's dwarven culture.
True.
Sounds racist, but okay.
You stereotyping me?
Don't belittle me, I'm little already.
Okay, now which accent do we want Karina to use?
Changed in the middle of it for one of those interviews. It went from like Scottish all the way to like Russian in the middle of one of them.
I never went Russian.
There was some Eastern European in there somewhere. Anyway, I think we've all pretty much narrowed it down to the two, the owl being one of them, and then just the other one. It's either the gnome or the dwarf.
Yeah, I think we're gonna take the bitch way out and have Ami make the last call.
Oh, she'll love that.
Flip a coin.
No, the bitch way out is my idea, not being there in the first place.
Why are you not there?
Or everyone.
Let's just say I stayed at the castle with my.
No, you're there.
But I tried calling it while we were at the door.
Too bad. I'm not letting you get an entire session of not doing anything.
We got 2 more interviews to go. No, I mean, fucking, I don't know, 10 more interviews to go.
Don't worry. I have ideas for the other interviews.
Yeah, there might only be one person for the applicants. In that case, Grimly is going to be the necromancer.
No.
No.
Well, everyone can just give their top 2 in order of their first and second, and we can do it on points.
All right.
I feel like if we do it that way, the owl's just gonna win.
Well, then there you go. The owl's the obvious candidate.
Maybe we could just do the other 2 by lottery.
Yeah, looking like owl.
Wait, which one was the first one? Was it the gnome or the dwarf?
That was the gnome.
The gnome was the first one? Okay.
Yeah.
The second one was the orc.
We're casting votes, Ami. Top two in order of appearance.
Oh, top two?
Or in order of preference.
Yeah, it's looking like Owl, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. It's Owl.
Azaki.
All right, so you guys decide on the owl.
Well, Ami can throw out the vote. I guess she'd get the final say, though.
Yeah, Ami obviously has the final say.
Ami is not much of a leader, so if everybody nominates Owl, she picks Owl.
Alrighty. So, who's ready for a 2-mile hike?
Can we ask for like a shorter path?
There's got to be a better way.
How many more interviews do we have to do here?
Don't we just interview here?
Yeah, that was my impression.
Well, we can make them do that because, well, we're in control.
Is this true?
What?
They're interviewing with us. We don't have to go anywhere. You can just come to us.
All right. Which candidates would we like to do next?
We still have Headmaster and Necromancer.
Yep.
Okay. Can we do a practical examination for the necromancer? As in, we get a bunch of corpses and tell them to do their best with them.
Oh, sure. Let me just reach into my bag of spare corpses I've got lying around.
As a magic college, I assume they have spares.
Can ask the guy up front.
Well, good idea.
Depending on how many candidates there are for the necromancer, we can have them summon their greatest necromancy and see if it holds up to my greatest cure.
I'm saying, have you ever seen Master Profession Cook? I mean, I guess
So
they
which
don't
ones are you guys
necessarily
doing?
Necromancer. We're gonna do a Master Chef ripoff.
Okay. And that's the list of the next ones.
Okay, yes, but we're gonna need. What?
Look at the bottom of the list.
How do you even get here?
Not him, please.
Okay,
oh god.
I vote for number 4.
Wait, who's that? Is that the chef?
Okay, yes, but can we do the practical examination instead of interviewing?
Plot twist: he gets employed in the kitchen.
You would never do that, but
I know.
Huh.
Yes, I'm gonna talk to the guy at the desk with the robes.
Yes, out. Yes.
I've been thinking of doing a practical examination when interviewing the necromancer. Would you happen to have a room with a bunch of spare corpses and materials for necromantic activity?
Yeah, we got the dead pit.
Excellent. Let's go over there and let's call in all the applicants at once. And do you have like a sparring room we can have a battle royale for the inevitable undead that gets summoned?
Yeah, it's the dead pit.
Excellent. It's 2 in 1. How about it? Come on, guys, let's go. You guys coming or not?
Ami looks back at the robed figure with some hesitancy and asks, "What do they need to do?"
Teach necromancy, I think.
She looks at the others meaningfully.
Are there any other necromancy professors around here, or are we?
We happen to be short of one, which is why, which I assume is why you're doing this interview.
Yes. Okay.
Two
well,
appreciates the fact that this list is one shorter than the last one.
out of character, that also means whoever we pick has to be like an okay teacher.
Yes.
True.
All right, but do you want to do the practical first or interview about their education skills later?
Here's another question for the desk guy. Is there a way that we don't have to walk 2 miles down these long hallways to get to wherever we're going?
I thought you were all going to do it in that room.
No, we're going to the dead pit now.
Okay. Then you're going to have to walk.
Okay, let's do a walking interview with them. Stretch the legs, you know?
These aren't magical hallways. They shorten in any way.
No.
Okay.
He sighs a bit, summons a mount.
Okay.
Why walk?
We're lazy adventurers. This is great. To the dead pit.
Yes, call the interviewees over.
She sort of floats.
All right, out of character, it's going to be hard for me to do a 5-person interview at once.
We can do them one at a time while we're walking there.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll just tell them all if they talk during someone else's interview, they're disqualified.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, sounds good to me.
Can we take a 5-minute break, or should I just take a 5-minute break and you guys
we
continue?
can take 5 minutes.
You give her back.
All right.
Ice cream.
Chinese food.
Duvi Fiddletop Adolphus Iathero Nephis Gordius the Third.
I'm back.
Oh, hi.
Oh boy.
I'm back.
Oh, hello.
Did I miss anything, or?
No,
No.
we all took a break.
Okay. So, are we gonna do a Necromancer Pokemon battle to
Something
see who
like
comes
that.
up? Can I run into the center and just consecrate?
Be rather counterproductive, I think.
It would kind of ruin the whole room, too, from what I'm gathering. Or what I'm guessing, rather.
We still waiting on somebody?
Aldrin, 2, maybe.
We'll keep waiting then.
Your music.
Do, 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 do. Unfortunately, since I'm recording, I can't do that because it's copyrighted.
Oh no.
Not if you do it out of tune.
Do, 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 do. Just change the pitch frequency like half a step.
Just be T-Pain.
Just waiting on 2 then. Can't believe the hate you guys have for Sam. He's a great character.
It's nothing personal.
He's a fabulous wizard.
That is a lie.
You don't know that.
Except I kind of do, because you kind of told us what he...
I told you out of character. The only one that actually knows he's a chef is Darby.
Exactly. So I know that. Ani does not know that. Although she's pretty damn sure.
As far as anyone but Darby is concerned, he's just an eccentric person.
Well, Ami, this might be your chance to kill him.
Let's not go that far.
All I know is he made some mean food for us.
Dude, those names actually mean anything.
I think you mean conjured? He conjured some food?
Wait, wasn't... Grimly, weren't you supposed to be his, or something?
I bought stuff from him.
I thought you were, like, gonna try to learn from him before you had your epiphany.
Choose has to start without him. He's making us move.
Oh, okay. Well, how do you guys want to start this then?
We're walking to the death pit.
And we're walking.
All right. And the first one to join you is Griselda Sheeny, who is a some kind of half elemental. You're not quite sure which, but definitely has this air about her. She has kind of brownish gray hair, kind of grayish skin, and she's rather thick and muscled. She walks up and says, "I believe you called."
So, do you have any prior teaching experience in this field?
No.
I see. Any previous occupations then?
I was an undertaker for
Undertaker,
many years.
I see. Many years. How long?
2 decades.
2 decades, okay. Do you have any experience with raising the dead?
Of course. I am applying to be a necromancer, after all.
And where did you have this job of undertaker?
In the realm of the Mammoth Lords. In a remote village, I took care of many of the deceased.
And you were allowed to create undead out of corpses in this village. It was not illicit activity?
Of course. The realm of the Mammoth Lords is a wild place, and any protection for the village that I could provide was deemed necessary.
Did you have any apprentices or were any sort of personage?
Just me.
And how were you trained?
She kind of thinks to herself for a moment. By a grimoire I studied and learned myself.
Are you still in possession of this grimoire, or?
Yes.
Do you have any experience with philanthrocaries?
With what, sorry?
Philanthrocaries?
Phylacteries?
Sure.
I'm asking out of character if that's what you mean.
Yeah, the lich eggs.
Yeah, phylactery.
Thank you.
I have not attempted to become a lich, though I do know roughly the process.
Okay. What is your greatest? What would you say is your greatest feat in your profession?
My village still stands.
As undead?
He has a point.
Protected by undead. Why would I have a village of undead?
All right.
That's a damn good question.
What brings you?
Different strokes for different folks.
What brings you here to this college?
I enjoy the work.
I see, as I scribble this few notes down.
So if you were to be selected for this position, how would you go about teaching your students?
By showing them how to raise the dead, and when and what is necessary.
Any more questions from?
Nope, I'm good.
I'm good.
All right. Thank you for your time. Is there to cover tomorrow?
You broke up there, Barry.
Thank you for your time. I was wondering if there's any special circumstances that we need to go through to contact you tomorrow morning.
No.
All right. Thank you very much for your time.
Goodbye.
Well, weren't we going to the dead pit?
Yes.
No, stay with us.
You did not communicate that to her.
Has she left yet, or?
She's walking away.
Hey, wait, hold on.
She turns around. Yes.
We have a practical examination later that we would wish for you to attend. This can only help your performance when we consider you
I'll meet
for this
you
position.
there. And then she walks off.
All right, then that works.
She seems friendly.
Necromancers. What a lively bunch.
You don't know what type of elemental she is.
Not a lich.
Rumi just looks at Army and is like with that an odd look.
She's definitely. I'll tell you this much. She's definitely not an air elemental.
Again, these are notes. These aren't canon.
She's an Oread, actually.
All right, here, hold on.
Which is basically half
Earth
elemental.
An earth elemental with an air elemental pet. Got it.
Does not have an air elemental pet at all. I don't know how that.
I heard
got into
pet.
Your notes. No.
God damn it. I was relying on your shitty notes for when I got back.
Which is why I was correcting him. I was like, that's not right at all.
Well, nobody else was taking goddamn notes.
I am. I'm just not posting them.
I'm going to sit this one out with Darby.
Okay, can we get the next applicant in here?
I'm here already, actually. Hi, hello, and
next applicant.
Right here.
Is she under the table?
I need perception checks for everyone.
I thought we were walking down a hallway. I'm so confused.
We are walking down a hallway.
Okay, cool.
37.
Okay. Well, with a 37, also I can hear myself whenever I talk in Ryan's mic.
Second skill roll and a 1. I nailed with a 1. Oh yeah. Low is good, right, guys?
You notice with the 37, flying right in front of you is a fine, as in Fine, which is the size category. A fine fairy in front of you, waving at you, saying, "I'm right here. Hello."
Ah, yes, there you are. Araki Tanithra, is that right?
Yep, that's me.
Ah, I see. And what brings you here
what
to?
What you see is a basically a 4-inch tall young woman with red robes and a hood, holding a, for her size, a large staff, and kind of flittering around in the air.
Alrighty.
I point her out to the rest of the group.
We're interviewing for Necromancer or Archmage? Necromancer, right?
Necromancer, yes.
Waves.
She waves back and kind of smiles at you.
He or she?
She.
Okay. So, what brings you to this college to apply to this position?
I like corpses.
You like corpses?
They're quite interesting, especially once you make them get up and move around. They're like butlers that never have to get paid.
So you have a history of reanimating corpses?
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been doing it?
A while.
Have you ever trained anybody else to raise corpses?
Yeah, I trained my sister.
Ah, and where is your sister?
I don't know.
Was your sister proficient in the raising of corpses?
I think so. I mean, she had a couple butlers herself. They're really nice for carrying stuff.
I see.
I can't carry much, as you could probably imagine.
Uh-huh. And have you ever made any undead that can perform duties outside of carrying objects?
Of course.
Like combat, for example?
Mm-hmm. I raised a dreadlord once.
Okay. Raised a dreadlord once. Now, since this job has education as a significant focus, have you ever put any consideration into how you would teach students this?
Practically.
Practically, I see.
It's the best way to learn.
And is there any risk to doing this practically?
Well, yeah, if you summon an undead wrong, it'll probably attack you. If you're that dumb, though, you probably weren't cut out to be a necromancer anyway. Call the weak and all that, it'll work.
I like her style.
What would you do if we told you that the death of students is not desirable?
I'd raise them back so that way they didn't die.
As themselves or as what?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't make them not themselves. That'd be kind of rude.
All right, that's
Besides,
all my questions. Anyone else?
They can't pay us for knowledge if they're not themselves.
Narim, you're a cleric. You should know a bit about undead, right?
She glares daggers at you. Like, this is not her comfort zone exactly. I mean, this is kind of the thing that she tries to avoid.
Tommy feels very self-conscious.
Trayrin is definitely grinning back. Sadistically.
What would you say is your greatest strength in a teaching aspect?
Persistence.
Okay. If two griffins leave, one from Corymyr, one from
Corymyr doesn't even exist in this world.
That's what we call a variable.
Is it an Ustavian griffin or a Numerian griffin?
Oh my
Numerian.
god.
Is it
It grabs it by the husk.
I'm too whatever.
Well, I don't see any other questions being held. In about an hour or so, we are going to be having a practical part of this exam.
Okay.
You can wait at the dead pit.
Sounds good to me. Bye.
Fucking phase.
I'm quite fond of them myself.
You would be.
All right, next applicant. Sapley Humblefest.
That'll
I
be
like
me.
This. We don't have to ghost word every one of them. Okay.
A gnome walks up, kind of big bulbous nose, green hair, kind of spiked into a mohawk, except it looks a little deflated. And then He's not wearing a shirt. He walks up. That'll be me. I'm Sapley.
All right, Sapley, do you have any prior job experience?
Oh yeah, I have a lot of experience.
How long have you been? You go, Naren.
Enlighten us on your job experience. Give us some examples.
I've been a cleric of Nephis for about 18 years now. So I've seen a lot of things, dealt with the undead, purged the undead, raised the undead. He changes his mind a lot. But, you know, gotta do what your God says. Right now he's in the liking undead phase.
I completely understand. But how are your qualifications for teaching?
Oh, I was the head of a out of character. I don't know the male equivalent. I can't remember off the top of my head, probably because I'm tired. Male equivalent of a convent. What is it called?
Monastery?
Monastery.
Yep. I was the head of a monastery and taught quite a few pupils.
Okay. And what would you say is your greatest strength?
Flexibility.
Is that physical or mental?
Not physical. I'm not very dexterous myself. Have a bit of arthritis in my hands. You know.
All right. And what would you say is your greatest how can I say this? What do you think you can bring to the table that others couldn't?
Probably nothing.
Okay.
I'm just good at what I do. Not anything spectacular.
Yeah, if nobody else has any questions, we'll see you at the dead pit for the practical examination.
Two has a question.
All right, then.
Two wonders what you'll do when your god suddenly doesn't like undead.
I don't know. Depends on what the situation here's like. I don't usually quit jobs before my contract's up. Unless it's like a hostile work environment or something like that. You guys don't burn people at the stake around here, do you?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Words right out of my mouth.
I do like burning.
Then I'd probably stick around at least until my contract was up. Yep. That's what I think I'd do.
Alrighty. Well, we will see you shortly in the room of death. For the practical.
See you there.
Oh God. Yeah, I'm not gonna butcher this name.
Just call him Astolfo.
What?
Duvy the Third.
Ah, yes, that would be me. Duvy Fiddletop Adolphus Yathrod Nephis Dornis the Third.
Did you practice that?
I did not, actually. But out steps a rather interesting looking fellow. You guys have seen satyrs before, I believe. But out steps a rather... his hair's kind of graying, but not completely gray yet, and he has a rather long beard, but basically a satyr with the hair on his legs is dappled brown and gray. He looks probably, if he was a human, somewhere around the age of 45, 50. So later part of middle age. And then he's dressed in a kind of a black hood with a gray cloak over one shoulder, and then has a long knife strapped to his the front of his chest, and is walking with a what looks like a shepherd's crook.
All right. What experience in the field and in teaching do you have?
Well, I helped start a revolution in Ustav by summoning raising an entire graveyard full of undead against the vampire overlords. No offense, my lady. They were just mistreating the villagers. You know how it is sometimes. So I'm pretty good at that.
What about teaching other people?
Well, I had quite a few disciples. Well, that's what I called them anyway. They seemed to think I was some kind of demigod. I guess they'd just never seen a satyr before. But not that I dissuaded them of that notion. But, I taught them how to raise dead effectively and continue the revolution while I quietly slipped out of town.
And how is the revolution right now?
Ustav is up in flames. I don't think either side's winning right now.
What would you say is your greatest strength?
Delegating authority.
Okay. And what would you say is your greatest drawback? Not weakness, but drawback.
You know how hard it is to move silently when you have hooves?
Yes.
Yeah, I look over to Grimly.
Grimly has toes.
No, it doesn't.
Actually,
No,
Grimly has toes now, which is a very interesting feeling.
But he has experience with hooves.
I know this seems weird, but yes. And Grimly was a rogue.
Clop, 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 clop.
Don't worry, I'll go scout. Okay, so back into character. Why do you think you would be the best fit for this job?
Because I believe I'm probably the only one that summoned a mass horde of unintelligent undead at once.
And you believe that you can teach this to others?
Well, I wouldn't be applying for the job if I couldn't, now would I?
You would be surprised. That wasn't towards you. I'm sorry. It's been a long day so far.
That's fine.
That does raise the question, are we supposed to be trying to teach how people how to raise intelligent undead, or just undead?
You have no idea.
Oh boy.
You didn't
gotta
ask.
go with the vague. Yeah, we gotta go with the vague on that. I'm
gonna go walk back, okay? See ya! I'll
Bye.
meet you at the dead pit.
Okay.
I cast, jeez, what was that spell?
Message?
No, it's just... I mean, I do have, like, animal messengers set right now, but... I just want to run faster. Freedom of movement, yeah. Just gonna go back to the rub guy and see what he wants out of these necromancers.
Yes, hello? What can I help you with? What do you need now?
Yeah, I have a question about this position. Are these necromancers supposed to be teaching people how to make intelligent undead?
How should I know? I'm the cleric.
Oh, so a headmaster then.
The clerk.
Headmaster.
No, clerk. I'm the clerk.
No, is there a headmaster?
No,
you
we
haven't hired one yet.
Oh boy.
Jesus Christ.
Right. This place was in more trouble than I thought. Okay, I'll go back.
The only professors we have right now are abjuration and illusion.
That seems problematic.
How many schools of magic are there again? I'm gonna just like count them off with my fingers. Yes, exactly. I have enough fingers to count that.
There's also the generalist school, which is not a school of itself, but it's like for non-specialists.
Okay.
All right. Now it's. I think we still have one more. I believe the name is Sam.
Oh no!
And
no!
Out walks
no!
a man splendidly dressed in star and moon, dark blue robes with stars and moons all over them, giant conical pointed wizard hat, a magnificent fake flowing gray beard, and old gnarly staff walks out and says,
Okay.
"Hello,
I'm gonna ask this
friends.
before
It
you
is
talk,
I,
okay?
Sam the Magnificent."
Yes. Have we met you before?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was gonna mark you down as liar here, but you're actually telling the truth about this, I see.
I
Okay,
tell
then.
the truth about everything.
Okay.
I marked down
He
liar
stops
anyways.
and turns away.
Speaking from out of character, Sam
Wow.
has never lied to any of you.
My rolls are shit.
Speaking out of character, so far Sam has never lied to any of you about anything.
Even the part about being a great wizard?
Yes. Because he has neurosis, so he believes he is a great wizard. There's a difference between lying and being wrong.
I'm not sure about that, but okay.
Why are you applying for the position of necromancer when you should be applying for the position of archmage?
Because I like to dabble in all fields of magic, and necromancy is currently my fancy.
Okay. Actually, I have a very important question. I point towards Grimly and I say, "Do you know who she is?"
Oh.
Nope. I'm afraid we have not met yet, miss. May I ask you your name?
Well,
that's a good question. Grimly?
Yes, names are good questions to ask.
Ami sort of cuts in and says, "The role is for a teacher."
I can teach. Are you implying otherwise?
Have you? What are your qualifications?
I have.
What experience? What experience do you have, and what?
I have had many pupils through the years, and he scratches his fake beard. I have taught many people many things.
Out of character, is there any way to see past neurosis?
Out of character, seeing past neurosis wouldn't be sense motive. It would be a health check or a heal check to recognize that they have neurosis.
I'm gonna do an in-character roll right now.
For sense motive or heal?
Heal.
Okay.
15?
Nope.
I'll just think he's a liar then.
Ami sort of cuts in again, and you interestingly, you hear her take on very similar inflections to what was it Trayvon who's been directing people up to the pit so far.
Yeah.
And you hear her say, "Well, thank you for your time. We'll meet you ahead at the death."
I rolled a 20, by the way, Mike, on that heal check.
Something seems off about him, but you're not quite sure what.
Okay.
But Sam goes, of course, my lady. I will meet you there promptly.
Can't wait to see what he can do.
As
People
curious
change.
as I am, Oh, you'll have to keep an eye on to make sure he's not using any magic items to spoof this.
I mean, even if he was,
he strikes me as a complete fraud.
Audi looks at you in horror because you're actually considering hiring him.
Maybe not as a necromancer, but like maybe he could be.
Darby could vouch that he's a very good chef.
He's conjured all the food that I wanted, so maybe he can conjure undead too. I don't know.
She glares at you.
It's all going to show in the practical.
I think he was the only one that sold Grimly a book on magic.
He did sell you, and he sold you a wand.
And it was a legit book on magic, I think. Like apprentices, but still it was an actual book of magic. Okay.
And the wand works. You should still have it.
So far, Sam has been the nicest person to Grimly, period.
Yeah, so Grimly is kind of like, he did not kind of teach me. I don't know if that counts. Just sort of voicing it out there.
Let's head to the dead pit and see what they do then.
I mean, say what you want, I did manage to launch a toilet into the air. It was magic.
Oh my.
I hope we're ignoring that too. We continue onwards toward the
Alright, you guys...
Yeah, this is just the small talk on the walk.
You guys walk into this rather large coliseum-looking area with raised seating on the sides. You're not sure if it's like seating for students or if like actual like fights between undead happen here. But basically you walk up there and then in the middle is just a giant pile of corpses. And the 5 candidates are kind of standing around chatting to each other.
Welcome all to the practical exam for this application. You guys mind if I court this?
Oh no, by all means, you can start the Undead Gladiator game.
Oh boy.
You are all to, within reason, use your gifts and summon one creation, and the last creation standing wins the exam.
Keep in mind, you must also be able to dispel this creation should need be. So
dispel and control.
Let's not raise any uncontrollable monsters, shall we?
And for my sake, for all of our sakes, let this be a any violence towards casters will be an immediate disqualification.
Just violence between the undead till they all are extra.
Present company excluded.
Of course. All right, you have an hour to do this. Use all the tools at your disposal.
Barry, roll a d4, please.
Two.
Okay. So here's what happens.
We didn't all die. Excellent. Good work, everyone.
Griselda Sheeny summons what looks to be a pack of about 7 or 8 zombies. Araki Tinithara summons what looks to be a ghoul lord. Saply Humplefin summons a group of skeleton archers. And the Duvi Fiddletop Adolphus Yathro Nephis Gordius III looks like he tries to summon a skin golem, but it goes wrong. And instead he summons what looks to be 2 amorphous piles of skin and goop. And then Sam waves his staff around theatrically and then summons a single zombie.
Detect magic on Sam?
That's more than I expected him to be able to summon, so...
You see some faint necromantic magic surrounding Sam.
Is it specifically surrounding Sam, or is it coming from a specific part of Sam's body?
And let me roll what happens. Nope, I did that in the wrong place. Well, I need my other rolls in the right place.
It's true, he did specify 1.
We did?
Yep.
I don't remember that.
Okay, I didn't, but yeah, I remember Naram doing it. Whoops.
All right, and at the end of an hour, a bunch of fighting has happened, and well, here's the thing. There are 2 caveats. One,
I swear if you say Sam Zombie wins.
no, Sam Zombie did not win. However, he did roll a performance check to get people annoyed at him. So there are two people have things remaining. One of them, both of those 2 people that have things remaining, their zombies attacked Sam. So there's not a winner at all.
It attacked him, so is he alive?
Oh yeah, it's just they got disqualified.
Yeah, well, and 2 people got disqualified for summoning more than one thing. I think.
3 did.
So Sam won.
No, he didn't win. His thing died.
But he's the only one who didn't get disqualified.
Rocky didn't get disqualified.
Yeah, Araki and Sam are the ones that didn't get disqualified for summoning more than one thing.
Was Araki's one of the ones that survived the onslaught?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. There's no winner.
So it attacked Sam?
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't say that.
Sam is the winner.
But we didn't say that the winner would get the job.
No, we did not.
You did not.
No, it was just a practical.
Yes, we can just dismiss them and go through the other interviews, and we'll all be fine. And we can pick whoever we want, and it doesn't have to be Sam. I'm gonna go dunk my head in a bucket of water.
I'm just waiting for the room to clear out, so it's just us, and I'm literally just holding.
Are we staying by the death pit? Can we go back to
let's
our
go.
Little room now?
Sure.
Yeah, let's get out of this place.
You've been around dead bodies before.
Thanks for reminding
Tommy
me.
remounts the horse and starts off back in the hallway towards the hallway we came from.
Forgetting you have that dumb thing.
The sound of clacking coconuts.
Well, as much as I dislike it, I only see one candidate as viable for this.
Who's that?
Well, I'm not going to say it's Sam.
Tommy breathes a sigh of relief, breath that she did not realize she was holding.
The fairy.
Araki, yeah.
She seems competent, even though her character may not be the most...
Although it's not stereotypical necromancer, but that doesn't necessarily mean she's not fit for the job.
Well, we're
having a nature incursion on the wizard's tower. All the most competent people
it's
are from
so true,
nature.
I'm looking pretty proud of my people right.
It had to be a Fae.
Okay, I'll let you head the headmaster selections then. Just keep your head on your shoulders so you can master this challenge.
Ha, ha, ha.
Where's
Okay,
the mute
yes.
button? Okay, there's the mute button.
I roll to shoot him.
And actually, we're gonna end it tonight.
Oh, okay.
Before the
All right.
Headmasters.
I was about to instigate a psychic duel on Treyrin so everyone else could just finish off his body that can't respond.
Coup de grace.
You're lucky I don't have
he's
my
not
Drake with me.
helpless. He's not helpless.
The main reason we're gonna end early is because I want to make sure that the headmasters are the best part. So I want to make sure I have these backgrounds nicely written up.
Oh boy.
Okay.
That's what we'll pick up with next week.
I think Sam applied for the wrong position.
That's what I was implying. I was like, this position is for the role of teacher, which went unsaid. And what Ami thought should have been obvious was, this is not where you apply as a student.
Oh no, I was thinking he should apply as headmaster.
Oh dear God.
He has the chance, you know.
Grimly agrees.
And before he shows up as in the headmaster one too.
He's just wearing a different beard.
Nice.
I swear, if the name is just Sam backwards.
What is your name? Moss.
This hurts me internally.
Somebody in the party might have an aneurysm. It'll be great.
It's like 3 people in the party will have aneurysm.
Ami might just. Never mind.
You guys hate Sam so much when he has literally done nothing but try to help you anytime he's ever seen
No! Sam is great, guys. What's wrong with you?
I wish Sam was in a position that I could help him, but I can't.
I can't wait till someone inevitably fixes his issue, and he's like, I've been such a retard.
I mean, as I think I've revealed to y'all earlier, he is a level 20 commoner.
Yeah.
I could
I'm
summon
way
a
out of my
choker.
league. What have I been
I
doing?
could summon a choker.
A choker?
And it could. Never.
I mean, I didn't know Ami was into that.
She's into it if it's choking Sam to death.
She's been getting a lot of confidence now that she's a vampire.
Honestly, I like the change. I think it's very.
I'm trying to make this realistic-ish.
Also, did somebody mention a fertility goddess earlier?
Oh yeah.
Oh right.
Yeah, please.
I'm sorry, Darby. I had to do
it.
Throw it down.
Roll it.
Roll it.
Roll it. Ah.
One of these days.
What does it have to be?
It has to be a 1.
It has to be a 1. One of these days it'll happen. They'll have a little Darby running around.
I mean, we are stuck here for 2 years.
It's gonna be a really little Darby, though. Like we're not jumping ahead in the future when little Darby is all grown up and actually useful. It's gonna be little baby Darby.
Baby Darby, as portrayed by Vertroy.
I mean, we gotta see if the mother will take a page out of Dwarf Fortress and wear matron body armor.
Yeah, you're right.
Dwarf Fortress is a great game.
So did we get our next level?
Yes.
Yeah!
We leveled up.
By talking.
Oh, god damn it, Karina, now I need to tear apart my character sheet because I'm doing my rebuild.
Oh, no. Alright. Is this the level that I get to do this? Is it level 8 or 9? I don't remember.
Well, you guys did ding off of that. And we probably will have some combat next session, so be prepared for that. Because I don't think headmasters are going to take us 4 hours.
When did you say we were getting upgrades for our special items? 9?
9, yes.
Okay.
Which is the
Wait, you
level
say
after
special
this
items
one.
as in what are special items again?
Your character-specific items.
Oh, okay.
Which I do not have because I'm awesome.
Because you're Narum.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, guys. Your character items only get upgraded if you still have your original character.
Still have what?
Our original character.
Oh.
If you die throughout the campaign, you lose those too. Or in the case of Darby, he steals them from your corpse.
Do I get 2 upgraded items then?
No. The die do not get upgraded because they are not your character items. However, they still work as intended. They're just never going to get upgraded.
That's fine with me.
As you looted Barry's corpse. How rude.
It's better than it just burning in the pile.
There's a monstrous humanoid race that is basically like the Warcraft Dryad. I've just been looking through all monstrous humanoids. Yeah, it's called this. Pretty interesting stuff.
Alright. I'll see you guys next week.
Alright,
later.
See ya.
Later.
Bye.
Also, for reference, that is what the druid looked like.
Owl man.
Na. Oh, he's adorable.
I won't let anyone in on the fact that I've only voted for beast people and short people.
I've noticed. Don't worry. And
I don't care.
It has nothing to do with that, though. Like
we found the
I actually thought they were
character
the best
that
candidates.
definitely is the shortest character, so you can feel rather tall now.
I mean, I'm taller than Way.
Yeah, but you're definitely taller than. I mean, Fine is basically the size of a pencil.
Yeah.
And with that, I'm going to hop out for the evening, guys. It's been a good session. Mostly talking today, but next session should have a little more action in it after we learn who the new headmaster is going to be.
So, which do you guys want to do next? The cloud that's probably flammable or the secret door?
I think the secret door is here, right?
Oh, it's the owl thing. It's not an owl bear?
No, it's an owl man.
Have you hugged an owl bear today?
Well, you better hope an owl bear has not hugged you.